Hey guys, welcome to our video. So in our today's video, we will talk about the course that we're bringing to you on HTML. We're going to talk about the course, what we will offer in the course, what you will learn through this course, what will we study in this course, and also how can you pursue a career as a web developer in the web development industry, as a front-end developer. How can you pursue a career in the freelance industry as a freelancer, and much more. So without wasting any further time, let's begin. So HTML is one of the most easiest markup languages to learn and to use. It has a wide variety of purposes. It basically stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So it is also known as the language of the internet, since most of the websites and web applications that you see on your browsers, on your search engines such as Google, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, all of the websites, most of them are built in HTML. So the main purpose of HTML would be to create websites, to create web pages. We can add content in our web pages, we can write things, add images, add media, and a lot of other things using HTML. So this is a language that is interpreted by the browser. So what are your browsers? Just like we talked before, that they're like your search engines such as your Google, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox. All of these are known as your browsers. So this language is basically interpreted by those browsers, which means that you can use this language to create a lot of web pages, websites, and a lot more using the HTML language. So just like we talked about, so HTML is basically used to develop the website, create these web pages, and add content. So what is basically this content that you can add in your website? How can you add this content? What is this content? So whenever you visit a website, you will see there is a lot of information. There might be information about an article, there might be information about the website, there might be information about some person, there might be information about some particular thing. So all of this information that is in the form of headings, paragraphs, images, videos, and all of that data is basically added using HTML. So we use paragraph, heading, and a lot of other tags in HTML to add this content. You will learn all about it in this course, that how can you add this content, how can you write these tags, what are these tags, and each and every step you will learn everything step by step. So also HTML allows you to arrange the data in a tabular form. That means that you can create tables in your HTML files. You can also create forms. So whatever login forms you see in a website, whatever application forms you see in a website, any particular kind of form are made using HTML. We're also going to learn this in our course, and this is an extremely important factor of HTML. So what will we learn throughout our course? Why do you need to learn HTML? What is this course about, and why is learning HTML important? So basically throughout this course you will be learning about HTML. This will open gateways towards website development industry. Learning HTML is your first step towards website development. This is the first thing that you would do if you were to learn website development. It does not matter if you haven't studied programming at all in your life. It doesn't matter if you're very new to this field. It does not matter if you know nothing about programming. This course is for you, since HTML is one of the most easiest programming and markup languages to learn. So throughout our course we will be learning how to develop a website, what goes into developing a website, how can you create a website, how can you create a static websites with content inside of them, how can you create web pages in HTML, how can you also link those web pages together so that you can jump from one page to another page. Like whenever we visit Google, there are several links that are provided to us. Similarly, we can mimic the same thing in our web pages. We will learn how can we do that, how can we create those links. Now, along with all of that, we will also be learning how to add graphical user interface in our web pages. That means how can we create a website? How can we create a web page using graphical user interface? That means visual and graphical representations. That are your images, that are your videos, that are your audios, and much more. That, for example, you can embed a map. We will learn about how to embed media in your HTML files. You will learn a lot about file handling. So file handling is basically a technique that you don't only use only in web HTML but also in a lot of other programming language. So you will get the concept of that can be very helpful in further programming language and developments. So you will also learn how to create and arrange data inside of tabular form. Along with that, you will also learn about lists in HTML. So what are lists in HTML? How do we use them? What are their purpose? How do we arrange data in the form of a list? How many types of lists are there in HTML? How can you display these lists in HTML? What type of lists are available, and how can you use them using HTML, and what tags do you need in order to create these lists? So along with that, we will also learn about creating tables in HTML. How can you arrange data in a tabular form? What is the data that is used in these tables? How can you create them using HTML language? What kind of tags do you need? What are tags in general? What kind of attributes do you need? All of that will be taught in our course, and this is an extremely important concept to understand. Along with that, the most important use of HTML is going to be learning to create forms in HTML. So this is not only going to allow you to create forms for a particular website, for a particular use, but also on a lot of different platforms that allow you to basically create forms, and then they allow you to generate revenue through them. So that is going to be a very important skill to learn. There is a saying that learning a skill never goes to waste, and indeed it does not. Learning the skill will not only help you achieve a career in only website development, but it will open thousands of career options for you, and it will give you millions of opportunities. The skill will help you develop a website, create websites, and help you in ways that you cannot imagine. So now let's talk about the benefits of learning HTML. Why do you need to learn this language? What are the benefits of learning it, and what are the outcomes of learning HTML? So HTML is basically a programming language that is perfect for people who are new to the programming world, who have just been introduced to this programming environment. If you're not used to working behind the black screen, then this is the language for you to get started with programming, to get a feel of how programming world works, how programming works, what are the concepts of programming, what is the logic that goes behind it. So this is the best startup language that you can find. If you're an experienced programmer, or if you know a little of a thing or two about programming, then this is a language for you too, since there is a lot to learn from this language. There are a lot of uses of this language, and this can help you start your own career in web development. It is extremely easy to understand, and it is extremely easy to use. So what are the outcomes of this course? What should you expect from this course? Why do you need this course? And by the end of this course, what will you be able to achieve? So just to name a few things, you will be able to develop your own static web pages in HTML. You will be able to create your own static websites in HTML. You will be very much able to start a career as a freelancer. There is a whole lot of demand in the freelancing world for skilled people who know programming, who are skilled in general, who have a skill. They have a lot of scope as a freelancer. This will help you not only become a freelancer, but also it will will help you become a front-end developer, a front-end web application developer, a front-end website development, and front-end web page developer, and much more. This course is gonna be a gateway to your success. This can help you achieve your goals. This can help you achieve a successful career as a freelancer, and this can help you in a lot more ways that you can't even imagine. Moving on, there are a lot of websites and web applications on the internet that allow you to fully develop and design your own website. These websites provide you a platform that does not require a lot of knowledge of HTML and CSS and still allows you to create a fully working and fully developed website. So then, if you have these platforms and if you have these web applications, then why do you still need to learn HTML and why do you need to learn CSS? The answer to your question is so that you can work independently according to your own desires and your own needs. Working on these platforms, they provide you some limits and parameters that you have to work in. You cannot exceed them. That means that you cannot personalize those websites. You cannot edit those websites according to your own needs. You cannot add your own designs. You're very much limited to what is provided, what facilities are provided by the web application. Having the knowledge of HTML will allow you to attain full control over the development of your web application or your web page or your website. You can change it, modify it according to your own needs. You can add anything according to your own desires, and you can create a website as you want it to be. You can design it as you want it to be. You do not have to rely on any kind of website or any kind of platform. So this gives you a sense of independence. Along with that, this will help you develop front-end websites that you can use as a portfolio websites, as a CV website, and much more. Along with that, as we have discussed, all of this collectively will help you pursue a career in the field of website development and give you millions of opportunities. So now, since we have discussed so much about HTML, so much about learning HTML, the benefits of learning HTML, the pros of learning this language, this should give you a better picture of how important HTML really is in website development. How can you use HTML to become a front-end development, and how vital it is in website development. So HTML basically is your first step towards the industry of website development. So now, if I will summarize it, the first step that you have to take is gonna be to learn HTML. Our course will provide you all the things necessary and all the knowledge necessary to learn HTML, so that you can have the knowledge of how the tags work, what are attributes in HTML, how can you add content in your website, how can you make forms in your website, how to basically add everything that you see visually on your website. Along with that, you have to flourish your skills. That means that you have to stay in practice. So in order to achieve that, you will be provided with quizzes. You will be provided with quizzes after each and every lesson, so that we can assure your learning and we can help you flourish your skills. And after that, finally, once you flourish your skills, once you have learned your HTML, you will be very much ready to become a front-end developer. You can start developing static websites, static web pages, and much more. Alright guys, so I hope this video helped you understand the benefits of HTML, what you're going to learn throughout the course, what will you be learning through the course, and what you will be able to achieve after this course. I think this will motivate you to learn HTML. It will help you to better understand the course. So thank you so much for your time and patience, guys. This is all for today, and I will see you next time.